Good morning, my beautiful friends, and welcome. So good to be with you today. I want to share with you a couple tips on how to be more productive, things that I've used in my life and that have helped, and that from time to time you need a reminder of the basics of life because there are just so many things to keep up with. We need little reminders here and there to get back to where we'd like to be. A lot of us get really tired of hearing, I wish, or I should have, or I could have. And what I'd like to convey to you today, it's possible to trick yourself into doing things that you really want to do, but you don't really have the drive to start those things. So let's get right to it. Please subscribe, follow, comment if you'd like. Okay, here we go. As it often is said, and I often say, there's nothing really new in the world, but there's so much that we need reminding of things that help us get the most out of life and get us to a situation where we're happy with ourselves, we're being congruent and in line with what we really want. Depression, anxiety, and a lot of mental illness is caused by a difference between how you view yourself and where you would like to be. And it's not even necessarily accurate, it just is. You wish you had this, you wish I would have done that, I shouldn't have done that. And really, those are great for observations. Our memories are primarily given to us to keep us or to help us remember things that created dangerous situations to avoid them in the future. But we use our memory for so much more than that, for pleasure, for reminiscent of better days, of different days, of when our children were young or whatever. So what I would like to suggest is if you have some lingering goals that you have, like you want to lose weight or you want to get strong, you want to be nicer, you want to organize your house, it's very difficult to fulfill everything in life. There's just such a volume of things we need to keep up with. Often I'll get caught up in one area and then another area will lack, and then it goes round and round and round and round, and you keep expecting something to change and it doesn't, until you just sit there and say, okay, I have to clean my house, I'm just going to do it till it's done. You spend 3 hours doing it, it looks good, and then it kind of deteriorates because you have to go back to the rest of your life. Now, what about those goals that are more important than a clean house? Clean house is really nice, but that are more important. Your health, your mental state, your relationships with your friends. What do you have some goals that you would like? What is a quick way to get there without having too many I should, I wish, I would have type statements in your life? So let's just pick one. Let's say you want to exercise more. And that's a pretty broad thing to say, I want to exercise. Well, how do you say that in one statement? Write it down. Say, I want to exercise. And then make a statement out of it. What is the statement you would make? I want to exercise because it'll make me feel good and have more energy. Or I want to exercise so I'll look good to other people. Whatever the reason is, write it down in a simple sentence or two and put it somewhere where you see it easily. Your bathroom mirror or somewhere. I like the idea of having a big chalkboard in the house. That I don't have one now, but I've had used different boards over time to remind me of the goals that I have. Now, knowing what you want and doing it are two different things. In the case with exercise, I believe that it's really important to connect whatever it is you want to do, what in this case exercise, to other goals that make it easier for you to do. So the first thing you have to do is choose a time when you're going to do this particular goal, because working out takes time, anywhere from 20 minutes to an hour and a half to 4 hours, depending on what you want. But I think most people, 45-minute range, you warm up, do some workout, cool down. It may slip over to an hour, but that's a lot of exercise, and that should be fine for most people, especially if you're giving it some good effort. So for me, mornings are better. For you, nights may be better. You want something that's a predictable time. So choose your lunchtime, choose your morning, choose your evening, whatever it is, make it consistent. Second thing you need to do is remove all obstacles that make it harder for you to do that. If you don't like driving to the gym, maybe you need to set up where you do calisthenics outside, or if you don't like being around people, you set up a small gym in your basement. You just really need a few things, some straps, a few weights. It doesn't take much to do a good exercise regimen. And if you're doing it in the morning like I like to do, set my alarm. Well, I don't use an alarm, but I wake up. If you need to use an alarm, use an alarm. Have your exercise clothes right there where you need them. So you just pop up, put it on, have music come on automatically, have the lights come on automatically. Whatever it takes that is your tendency to procrastinate, and take away all the resistance you can. Create as many fun rituals as you can around your new habit. For me, what I like to do, I have my morning coffee when I'm working out. I catch up on news, and if I'm tired of the news, I'll listen to some music and do a little dancing while I'm lifting weights, which nobody really would want to see, but I can tell you it's a lot of fun. And you have enough mirrors around where you're not too close up, where you still look good, and you just have a good time goofing around and working out. That being said, you have to give it a little effort too. So I use my headphones in the morning, and that gets I can listen to a podcast, I can listen to the news, I can listen to music without waking up the rest of the house. And the final little trick is, after you define what you want, set aside the time to do it, add as many fun rituals around as you can, and I call that habit stacking. That's what I was just referring to. So let's say your exercise is in the evening, and so what is it you normally like to do in the evening that gets in the way of your working out? Well, it's just resting. Well, that's a tough one. But let's say it's something else. What can you do while you're doing it? Well, you like to walk the dogs. Put the dogs on a leash. Do it, incorporate, walk them to a park where there are pull-up bars and chin-up bars, and let the dog run around or sit there and watch you while you do your exercises. Set your timer for 20 minutes and go at it real hard for 20 minutes. You could do, dogs like to run and they like to trot, but they also like to sprint. Do sprints with your dogs. Find something to incorporate in it. If anything will do. Like I said, music is a great one. Many people do that. And this is simply a way to get you over the disadvantages of the tendency of humans to not want to do anything. We're designed to conserve energy, generally speaking, unless we really do some things in our mind to change that, or you happen to be a high energy type person by nature. As you're doing your new habit or reinforcing an old habit, it takes time, 30, 90 days to get these new habits going. And the beauty is that all habits build on themselves, and the feeling of joy you get out of growing a little bit here, a little bit there, a little bit there, it spills over into other aspects of your life. You have a little bit more muscle on you, you sit up a little straighter, you feel a little better when you're walking down the road. If it's wrestling you do, underneath that you could wrestle somebody to the ground, or if you're really good at putting on makeup and you just know you look really good from all angles, those things make us feel better about ourselves and can lead into other areas of lives that we can help other people with, have more energy, have more confidence to get out of ourselves and help other people. Alrighty, there are your tips for today. Write it down, remove the obstacles, habit stack, and get to it, guys. You can do it. It'll make your life better. Please comment below on sometime that you've done this in the past, or what you're getting ready to do as the new year is coming up. I'll put out a couple more videos similar to this one with other little tips and tricks. All the love, all the power. We'll talk to you soon. Love you guys. Bye.